What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's good, people? What is up? What is they went from the fourth level of hell and sent us down to the seventh level of hell. Why? Because then you got Kwanzaa pulling out her titties. The whore pulled out her titties. And these whore bags over here started feeling and fondling on her tits. What?
I don't have it to do with you. Girl, you can go over there, rant and rave. Girl, you can shake all your rainbow bright hair all you want, dear one. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I don't have nothing to do with you, and I'm done. Baby, you can scream my name from the rooftops from now till Jesus come back. I'm done after this.
Introduced to Tick's Meat. Do you see what I see? Did y'all really hello, casting, wardrobe, y'all let him roll up out of wardrobe with these fans on, giving us all of this, thinking we were not going to see it? We have been waiting with bated breath and anticipating all season long for the slightest glimpse, and y'all just put it out there this episode in all of its magnificent glory.
Listen, that young man said, baby, you ate on this first date, you giving up the cooch on the first date, okay? Well, you gonna run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's our new theme song. That is the new song. Listen, somebody need to put a beat to that. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. This what y'all got going on.
Called out Sandcastle. Sand, bitch. Ow. Oh my God, it was so funny, girl. Ooh, baby, listen, let me tell you something. This shit started to turn into the precursor for some gay porn. That's what I thought it was. Because Big T is getting all, the voice starting to go deeper and get a little more wet and moist and sentimental and all this shit. And it was real gay at this point. Like, I thought the bitches was going to stop. I thought Lil Bird was going to turn Big T around and do him like he did Uncle Cliff and do the grease it up with City Lou and ran right in there. It's not a coincidence that Big T started off the conversation by trying to find out if Lil Bird was fucking Mercedes, which he found out he's not. It's also not a coincidence that he would start talking about prison. Why? Because the bitches was probably fucking in prison. Girl. Uncle Cliff, you better go get your man. Big T got plans for that. Well, he had on look like something Big Bird vomited up or something like that. Like, I did not like it. That Big Bird couture he was going for, it did not work. Like the pastor of a gay mega church on Easter Sunday. Okay, it was way too much sequins. He had on way too much makeup. Baby, his face looked like Yala Van Zap's neckline. Okay, just way too much makeup, clumped in everywhere on his face. Get it together, sweetheart. And you're a big girl, so that gives you a whole lot of canvas. So that was a whole lot of makeup, honey. Yeah. Rico looked like he was auditioning to be one of the three kings, or he was auditioning to be the main character on Jesus Christ Superstar. Girl, Wayne, did you have on a blue thong or a blue G-string or something? If you did, I want to see it. Get me up in my DMs, I do want to see if you have a blue thong or a blue, Josh or something like that. I'd love to see it too. Anyway, but I liked it with the turtleneck. Now, Troy.
Oh, hey. Sorry, y'all. Oh man. Yeah. What's going on? I was just yeah. Yeah. I was just posting the live on social media. What's going on, y'all? What is going on? Hey. What's going on, y'all? What's up? What is up? Listen, we got a lot to break down today. A lot going on today. A lot of things that we need to tell about. Okay. And we're going to do it like only we can with fervency and zeal. Hold on 1 second. All right. So, okay. Note to self. You need to go and check that out. Note to self. All right. So what is going on, y'all? Hey, everybody. Let me go in backwards order. Hey, Aaron. Hey, Zap. What is going on, sir? Montrez, what's good, bruh? Kimmy Boo, what is up? Texas Toy, Lovely 31 Blueprint, Volvo. Hey, Cookie. Tracy W, Lemon Kush Pepper, Diamond Pearl Jim. Can somebody go in the members only chat and let the people know that we are here? Please, Tracy W, can you put in the members only chat that we are live? We are live. We are live. Hey, Madrell Boo. What is going on? Listen. Let me get the preliminaries out of the way, because I've been having to do this for the last few days. So let me get first things first out the way before I get stoned to death by these ladies. Happy Founders Day to each and every member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, founded on the campus of Howard University in the year of our Lord, 1920. Shout out to the 20 people in the chat on cue. But shout out to all of the members. We know our very own hall moderator extraordinaire, quintessential, is a member of this esteemed sorority of finer women. Shout out to all of them. Listen, I've been doing this for the last few days. I had to do the Deltas on Saturday. I had to do the AKAs yesterday. And today we are here with the Zetas. Shout out to the Zetas. Sigma Gamma Rho is in November, I believe. So we got some time before we get to Sigma Gamma Rho. But I think we've gotten through all of the Founders Days in the great month of January. Praise God, from whom all blessings flow. But shout out to the Zetas. Enjoy y'all Founders Day. Enjoy yourselves. Go party, drink, have a good time. Have a good time. Hey, Trace. Hey, Drinks with D. What's going on? Ravine, how are you, my love? Drinks with D, have you been enjoying the members only chat? Because I know Drinks with D is one of our newest members, and he recently joined the members only chat. I just want to know if you're enjoying yourself. Because the members only chat is, I try to explain to people what the members only chat is. Oh, we're gonna get there, Montrez. Don't worry. I try to explain to people what the members only chat is, and I just can't really explain it to you. You just have to go in there and just experience the members only chat. Because some days it'll seem like, oh, there's not a lot going on. And all of a sudden, one thing will be said. Next thing you know, the members only chat is blowing up. But it's a lot of fun though. Yes, I know you partied on Saturday, Ravine. I know y'all partied hard, Ravine. Yeah. See, people be thinking I be making this up. People think I be trying to sell the platform. I'm not trying to sell memberships. I'm just telling you, the members only chat. You can't really explain it. It's just a lot of fun that we have in there in the members only chat. Shout out to all of the members. It sounds like a den of iniquity. It can be a den of iniquity, but I will say this, Texas Toy. It is a place where a lot of great information. You get a lot of great, valuable information. Like if you want to know what's going on, the members only chat is gonna have it to you first. Like they don't miss a beat. They do not miss a beat. Down to the members only chat. Hey Amber, what's good, boo? I hope you're doing all right. They're gonna speak their mind in the members only chat too. Anyway, so but yeah, going back to what I was saying, shout out to all of the Zetas out there. So let me say this, y'all. I know in the last few weeks we've had new people come over, new people watching, new people becoming members. But I feel like you're getting ready for school. Well, listen, make sure study hard, study well. Yeah, they do have me to themselves in the members only chat. They be getting me together in the members only chat too. Hey, Sharice, my love, how are you, boo? How are you today? So listen, let me put this like that. Oh yeah, that's better. All right, good. So let me say this. We have kind of in recent weeks gotten away from some of our regular normal things that make us over here down to the L Teddy to the 27. And what makes us over here down to the L Teddy 27? What makes us? What makes this platform, this channel unique from a lot of other places is our political coverage, our sugar spike segments. That has always been a feature over here. That is the thing. That's how the bread gets buttered over here. Some people kind of only want to deal with or talk about pop culture and things like that. What has always kept me here on the tube of you is being able to come to you with information, stories, commentary, and valuable things that you can use that really is impactful on your life, on the lives of your family, friends, loved ones, and things that we certainly, as Black people, need to be concerned with in our everyday day-to-day lives. So, and I found myself getting away from some of my political coverage and some of our sugar spike moments in our commentary that is much needed. So the members in the members only chat reminded me we had a lot of political stuff happen this weekend, and they was like, we need our commentary. And so I am starting today with our sugar spike segment so we can get through, because there's a lot of political news out there and there's a lot of commentary that's going on that we do need to cover. We are going to cover, of course, pop culture and all of that stuff, but we're going to do those on the second half of the show, and we're going to certainly dive in. Even when we do dive into our politics, we do it in a way that is palatable, that is manageable, so that we can understand it, and so that us Black people can know what to look for and what to be wary about. Hey, Black Regina, what's going on? So yes, you cooked today, Amber. Did you cook me anything? Okay, you listening until you clock out. All right, Sharice, I got you, girl. I got you, boo. I'm here. We here. So today I'm gonna start off with our sugar spike moment. So, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, non-binary gender conforming members of our audience, it is now time for your sugar spike segment.
Oh, God. You see, this is the part that I like.
Major sugar spike.
So long, well, I want to fight. That he gave, his only begotten son.
Major sugar spike.
And shall ever believe.
Major sugar spike.
They shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Jesus! I wish somebody help me.
Jesus. Yeah, y'all. So we're going to start off with our political commentary. Listen, we give groundbreaking and award-winning political commentary over here. The people can't say that we don't break the political news over here. The people, those people who have watched me for some time, those people who have been in the game with me for a long time knows when it comes to politics, you might hear people try to break it down. There's no breakdown like we give over here. We give coverage that is groundbreaking and award-winning over here. Okay? We get right into it. And so, since we are getting right into it, let's start right in Final Jeopardy. Where we starting? We starting with Miss Fani, because we got to break this down. I want to answer questions. I want to clear up any misconceptions and so forth. First of all, before I get into that, let me have my own personal spike out, okay? Here's my spike out of the day. I woke up to a brisk and balmy 25 degrees Fahrenheit. Praise God, from whom all blessings flow. Then it warmed up to a hot and steamy 29 degrees, which is where we are now, 29 degrees. And from what my weather forecast is telling me, we're supposed to get down to 14 degrees tonight. Oh, yes. At 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, it will be 14 degrees if you need us. If you need us, it will be 14 degrees here in the morning. That is what I have to deal with. A little Miami boy like me does not want to have to deal with the likes of 14-degree temperature at no point. It started off 25, warmed up to a hot and steamy 29, and it's supposed to get down to 14 degrees by the time we get to 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. That's what I got to deal with. I'm in Atlanta right now, Ravine. God bless my heart. It was 6 degrees there, child. It's just cold. Y'all warm up. Y'all wrap up. Listen, there's a cold front all over the country. Please, y'all stay warm. Please don't freeze out there. Listen, men, my guys out there, keep them nut sacks warm. Wear extra pair of long johns and underwear. Keep them nut sacks warm. Ladies, keep the titties warm. Keep the cooter nice and snug. Okay, wear the wool panties. You know, the bloomers. Don't wear no. Today is not thong day, ladies. Today is bloomers. Okay, grandma panties that keep you warm day. Okay, keep it nice and toasty. Keep the titties warm. Keep the cooter warm. Keep the nutsack warm. Keep the ass warm. Extra lotion. Now, on an ashy day like today, you know what lotion I have to use on ashy days like today? I can't even use regular lotion. I got to use the Eucerin. You know, when you real ashy, you use the Eucerin that gives you that glisten, that it gives you that extra umph to your melanin, you know, because you know days like today you be real ashy, and so you can't even you need some thick stuff like that. That's the thick stuff that's gonna, you know, really get up in there. I'm just saying. Okay. Anyway, so let's get right down to our girl. Hey, Harold. Hey, cross country cruiser. Hey, Yana. Everybody coming in. Late bell is at 5:30. Anybody after 5:30? 15,000 word essay. I have no understanding. Anybody after 5:30? 15,000 word essay. Let's not get it twisted. We are back to our regularly scheduled programming. We back to our essays. Don't get caught slipping. Hall monitors, please monitor the doors. Hey, Cali girl. Hall monitors, please monitor the doors. At 5:30, the late bell will ring. 15,000 word essay. Anybody after 5, anybody from 5:31 on. Now let's break down Miss Fani. Hey, sweet pea, look at everybody falling out the bushes. They were like, I'm not gonna get caught up with this late bell. I ain't mad at you. Go ahead, fall out the bushes now. Just saying, fall out these good bushes. Vanna cream with a little extra Vaseline. I see you, Fred J. Child. Anyway, so let's talk. Let's break down Fani. So y'all know for the last few months, Fani Willis, district attorney for Fulton County, Georgia, has been our shero. She has been carrying the banner for the citizens of the great state of Georgia who were disenfranchised when your former president, Donald John, decided that he was going to try to steal an election, try to finagle his way into criminally deciding who would be the president of these yet to be United States of America. Fanny and her office, the district attorney's office, went into hyperdrive. They built a case. There were some 19 defendants in said case. There was a stockpile of evidence that she had, and they presented it to a grand jury. Grand jury presented an indictment, and now that is going through the process um of our legal and system that we have in these yet to be United States of America. Let me first start by saying what makes this case more, I'm not going to say it's more important, but different from the federal cases is the federal cases are cases that can be pardoned. Even if Donald John is convicted, he can be pardoned. He can still run for the presidency. He can be pardoned by the sitting president, or some even say he can pardon himself once he becomes president. If he should become president again. But in this case, because it is in the great state of Georgia, Georgia some time ago presented this in a Georgia sometime, just give you some history before we break down Fanny, because I want to give y'all a real breakdown of what's going on with Fanny here, why this is so consequential here. Okay, here's why. Fanny, Mia, MJ, everybody falling out the bushes. It's 5:30. If you don't fall out the bushes, now is the time to fall out the bushes. Anyway, with my chapstick, because my lips are doing a whole lot right now. So listen, here's why this case is more consequential than the federal case. This case is more consequential because some years ago, the Republicans in the great state of Georgia wanted people who were convicted not to be able to get out of jail. This was directed actually toward the Democrats. What they did was they didn't want some governor to get in the governor's mansion and feel sorry for the Democrats and have them, you know, give them clemency or pardon them so that they didn't have to serve out their full term. So what the great state of Georgia in their infinite wisdom said, oh, we're racist now, we're going to be racist and bigoted forever, so we're just going to put this rule into place because we know we're always going to be governed by people that are just as racist as us, and we don't want people that are anti-racism, discrimination to get out of jail when we put them in jail for trying to do the right thing. So they put procedures in place which says that in the great state of Georgia, you cannot pardon a someone convicted of a crime if you're the governor until after they've served 5 years. They have to serve at least 5 years of their sentence, and then at that point, the governor can pardon them. So the governor himself can't pardon them, and even if there is a pardon to be had, it still can't happen till 5 years. And at the 5-year mark, they have a board that is convened and put together that would make the determination as to whether or not that person can and should be pardoned. My point to all of this is this: if there is a conviction in the great state of Georgia, Donald John, and there are some minimums in terms of if you're convicted of the crimes to which he has been indicted or accused, he has to serve time, which means that if Donald John is convicted of the crimes that he's alleged to have committed in the great state of Georgia, his ass is going to jail. There's nothing he can do about it. Go your ass to jail. Go directly to jail. Do not pass go. Do not pass 1600 Pennsylvania Boulevard. Do not collect $200. I'm just saying. Oh, my lips. So So I'm just saying. So that's why this is so consequential to um those people on Trump side. Donald Trump apologists, MAGA people, and the Republicans. The other thing that makes this case so consequential is the amount of people that are flipping, the amount of people that are admitting exactly what the prosecution has accused them of. They absolutely did it. And there have been a number of people who have already flipped and said what you said we did. We agree that we did that, and we'll take a plea deal. So the fact that they have acknowledged that there is truth and validity, and they actually did what they were accused of doing, some of those things have already, to a certain degree, I can't say really guaranteed, but have already um implicated Donald John as having committed crimes. We're talking about people who have admitted to trying to manipulate voting machines. We're talking about people that have admitted that they have been told by um people that say that Donald John told them to tell them to go talk to these people, change this, so all types of things. I'm not going to get too far in the weeds with that because we got a lot to talk about. So I ain't going to get too far in the weeds with that. So I just wanted to give you that background. So now you have a case where Fanny is over there landing haymakers. Now this is a fight. It's a boxing match. You land haymakers, you think you winning. Every now and again, your opponent, they're going to land a few punches too. And so now we're at the point where the opponents are starting to land some punches as well. So here's what we have with the case of, I'm going to read this article first because it really did break down what's happened in the last couple of days. I'm going to give you the blurb of what happened first, and then I'll read this article. Essentially, what happened is one of the defendants' attorneys came upon some information that somebody gave him that Fani Willis and one of the prosecutors may be in an alleged romantic relationship together. People said that they had seen them out of town on trips together, and they looked like they were, lovey-dovey on each other. And that's and so the attorney for that defendant filed a motion to dismiss the whole indictment because he's to dismiss the indictment and to disqualify Fani Lewis to serve as lead prosecutor on this case, because they say that because of this relationship, she wasn't forthcoming and forthright in disclosing this to the court and to the people of the great county of Fulton County, and before she hired this guy, and that disqualifies her. That's the short of it. Let me give you this article because this article kind of breaks it down a lot better than me. This article says Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis spoke at a church in Atlanta Sunday morning where she gave emotional and passionate remarks that appeared to acknowledge for the first time the affair allegations leveled against her last week, while also defending the special prosecutor she brought in for the election interference case against Donald Trump. Quote, "I hope for y'all this week I don't look like what I've been through," end quote. She jokes as she spoke Sunday at the Big Bethel African Methodist Episcopal Church during a service to celebrate Martin Luther King Jr. Day. One of former President Trump's co-defendants in his Georgia election interference case is seeking to dismiss the indictment against him and disqualify DA Willis, alleging she engaged in a personal romantic relationship with one of the top prosecutors she brought in to work on the case, which allegedly resulted in financial gain for both of them. In the court filing Monday, former Trump campaign staff member Michael Roman accused Willis of having potentially committed, quote, "an act to defraud the public of honest services based on her intentional failure to disclose the alleged relationship that she allegedly personally benefited from. End of quote. The 127-page filing from Roman's attorney, Ashley Merchant, alleges that the prosecutor, Nathan Wade, has a lack of relevant experience, but has been paid approximately $650,000 in legal fees since being appointed to the role, which the filing claims was a self-serving arrangement. Trump's attorney said in court on Friday that they're considering joining the complaint against Willis. During her remarks Sunday, Willis, which was live streamed, Willis repeatedly referred to herself as flawed and imperfect. Willis also said she was a little confused why so many questioned the decision to bring in multiple prosecutors to the case. And though she never mentioned Wade by name, she called him a great friend who was paid equally to others while extensively defending his impeccable credentials for the job, suggesting the attacks on him were motivated by race. Quote, I appointed 3 special prosecutors. It's my right to do. Paid them all the same hourly rate. They only attack one. I hired one white woman, a good personal friend and great lawyer, a superstar, I tell you. I hired one white man, brilliant, my friend, and a great lawyer. I hired one black man, another superstar, a great friend, and a great lawyer. End quote. Willis never denied or directly addressed the allegation she and Wade had an inappropriate relationship. She continued to tout Wade's resume, saying he was paid more than double when hired by a Republican in another county, and that he served as a prosecutor, a criminal defense lawyer, special assistant attorney general. She then went on to say, quote, isn't it them playing the race card when they only question one, end quote. Speaking for more than 30 minutes, Fani Willis's emotional speech Sunday detailed at length the difficulties she has faced in her position as Fulton County DA and prosecuting the Trump case. She spoke about feeling isolation, loneliness, backstabbing, and facing constant death threats that forced her out of her home. Let me put this up. I think it may be more significant. Because I want y'all to see it as I read it. So let me do it this way. I think that might, so y'all can see it, so y'all don't see what I'm reading. Hold on. All right. Can y'all see that? Oh, that might be hard to see. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Hopefully you can. Actually, let me make it big like that. I wonder, can I move myself? No, I'm in the way now. So let me make it big like that. There we go. Can y'all see that? Let me know if y'all can see that. Okay, good. All right, I'm going to start right here. Quote, I am tired of being treated cruelly. End quote, she said. Willis read a letter she said she wrote to God this week in which she felt unworthy of the job. Quote, Lord, even right now, I continue to feel unworthy of the honor. End quote. She said as she read the letter while appearing to get choked up. She went on to say, quote, a divorced single mom who doesn't belong to the right social groups, doesn't necessarily come from the right family, doesn't have the right pedigree. The assignment was just too high for lowly me, end quote, Willis said. Speaking about the threats against her, often fueled by race, she said she and her family members' lives have been threatened so regularly, I now think it's not normal if I don't have 2 death threats a week. Wow. Quote, they call me the N-word more than they call me Fanning, end quote. She said while noting that her home has been swept multiple times for bombs. She said she now spends most days and nights in isolation. Willis also specifically called out Georgia Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene. Quote, I've never I never want to be like those who attack me. I never want to be like Marjorie Taylor Greene, who has never met me, but has allowed her spirit to be filled with hate. End quote, she said. Still, Willis touted the accomplishments of her team, saying they have wins, and a 95% conviction rate. Quote, I thank you for every attack that makes me stronger, end quote, she says. Merchant, that's the attorney for the defendant, is pushing back on Willis's suggestion in church on Sunday that the allegations against her and the special prosecutor were motivated by race, saying this has nothing to do with the color of his skin. If anybody doubts our claim that Nathan Wade is inexperienced, ask him how many RICO cases he has handled. Ask him how many felonies he has tried, end quote, Merchant said to ABC News. The difference between Wade and the other special prosecutors brought in to work on the case are the relationship allegations, according to Merchant. Quote, the biggest difference between Miss Cross, Mr. Floyd, and Mr. Wade is that Miss Willis is not in a relationship with Miss Cross and Mr. Floyd. And neither Miss Cross nor Mr. Floyd have taken Miss Willis to California, Florida, or in cruises to the Caribbean, end quote. Merchant reiterated that she, quote, would never file a motion that we did not have evidence to support, end quote. She went on to say, if we need to prove the allegations in open court, we stand ready and welcome the chance. Roman, Trump, and 17 others pleaded not guilty in August to all charges in a sweeping racketeering indictment for alleged efforts to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election in the state of Georgia. Defendants Kenneth Chesebro, Sidney Powell, Jenna Ellis, and Scott Hall subsequently took plea deals in exchange for agreeing to testify against other defendants. The former president has blasted the attorney's investigation as politically motivated. Now, that's one article. Now, I wanted to read this other article I found, and it gives some of the answers to some questions. So they start on, what is Fani Willis accused of doing? Oh, I'm sorry. Y'all probably can't even see that one. Hold on, y'all. I don't think y'all, hold on. Let me stop sharing and present, share screen. All right. So this article gives you kind of a breakdown of some of the pressing questions. What is Fani Willis accused of doing? Willis is accused of having a romantic relationship with Nathan Wade, whom she hired as a special prosecutor in the case against Trump. The allegation comes from Michael Roman and his attorney. Roman, one of Trump's former campaign officials, is one of the defendants alongside Trump in the Fulton County racketeering case. In a motion dated January 8th, Roman claims the two have been engaged in an improper clandestine personal relationship during the pendency of this case, which has resulted in the special prosecutor and in turn the district attorney profiting significantly from this prosecution at the expense of the taxpayers, end of quote. In particular, Roman claimed in his motion that the two took lavish trips together using Wade's salary from the district attorney's office. He also claims Willis didn't even have the legal authority to appoint Wade as a prosecutor, making the investigation invalid. The motion calls to dismiss the indictment and disqualify Willis, Wade, and the Fulton County District Attorney's Office from the whole office from prosecuting the case. Willis was subpoenaed to testify in Wade's divorce proceedings, according to the Wall Street Journal. The summons was reportedly served just hours before Roman filed his bombshell motion. Now, a couple things that we can break down from there. This allegation saying that they took lavish vacations together using Wade's salary from the district attorney's office. We don't know that. Now, unless you can, first of all, how would you even prove that? Because if I get paid by Fani, you would have to prove that he didn't have any money until he started working for Fani, and every dime he have in his bank account comes from his salary down to the Fulton County, which you cannot prove. There's no way of proving that you know that the money that he used came from his salary. So that there's no way of proving that. That's the first thing. Now I want to know, I'm not a lawyer. I don't profess to be our dear legal scholar, Pam Esquire, the law intellect, because she is our black YouTube legal scholar. We lead on Pam, the law intellect. Now, I'm just saying, I am not Pam, the law intellect, but I find it hard to believe that there's a way for you to prove that part. Now, I'm not saying all of it can't be proven, but that part I find it hard for you to prove that. Then it says that where's the part? Oh, she didn't have the legal authority to appoint Wade as a special prosecutor. That's absolutely not true. As the district attorney, she has that full authority. I looked it up. That is completely not true. Not true. Because if that were not true, then they would be making the same case for the white man and the white woman that she asked to work there as well. Prosecutors bring in district attorneys bring in special prosecutors all of the time. The other part that gives me pause is them talking about whether or not he has done racketeering charges before and whether or not he has the experience to do that. With a racketeering case, the things that I know and that I've seen, racketeering cases have multiple parts, multiple aspects, multiple different things that you have to approach. So it stands to reason that you may bring on an attorney who may not necessarily have tried a racketeering case, but that attorney may have tried another case that helps you with this racketeering charge. He may have tried a case specific to a particular portion of the RICO case that you need their expertise on. So I'm going to bring you on to the team because that's your part. That's the part that I need you to work on. And I'm going to pay you handily to do that. I find it also curious because she mentioned in the previous article, she mentioned he don't work on a lot of y'all Republicans, cases all over the state of Georgia as well. So I find it curious that y'all got a problem with him now. Now, so let me keep going. They want to disqualify not only Fani Willis, but the entirety of the district attorney's office. Why do they want to do this? Let me take you back to there's a reason I gave you background from the beginning. Hold on. The reason that they want to do this is if Fani Willis is taken off this case, if this goes through and the judge agrees, you know who gets to then appoint a prosecutor? The Republican Attorney General for the great state of Georgia. And you know that the Republican Attorney General for the great state of Georgia is going to put someone there that's probably leaning toward their side. So whereas Fani may go aggressively toward certain things, because you have a new prosecutor and you have a whole new team of people there that may be leaning more so favorably toward Trump, they may not go as hard. Now, some may look at that as prosecutorial malpractice. They don't give a shit. That might give them some, appointment in the Trump, White House for all we know. They don't care. We've seen this whole case is about people willing to break every law imaginable just to put their God back into the seat as president. It's ridiculous. Let me continue. Now, the one damning part is this last part. Because this whole thing, we saw them in California and we saw them in these different places. Baby, if we're friends, there's a very good possibility. Who's to say? Now, I don't know. I don't know if the people having sex. I don't know if they're in a relationship or not. But what I'm saying is, if me and so-and-so are friends, we have to happen to be attorneys. My friend may call me and say, hey, let's go to so-and-so. We going out of town. Let's go. we may be meeting some people there. But if you catch me and my friend at the airport, we happen to be, flying on the plane together because both of us coming out of Atlanta and the rest of our friends coming out of DC. So we caught the same plane together so we could go meet the same people. Now, when we leave in the airport, we might look all, like we all, good and in with each other when we actually going to meet some other people. This is all circumstantial evidence because you allegedly saw me. Because unless you have real and accurate evidence that these people are in a actual real relationship, you got text messages saying I love you and all of that stuff, or evidence of them being in an actual real relationship. It's all circumstantial evidence. But even this part where they said that she was subpoenaed to testify in his divorce proceeding, I don't even know what that's about. You ain't tell me what that's about in the divorce proceedings. Did they say they were in a relationship together? Even if they were, what is the timeline? Were they in a relationship years ago and figured out it didn't work and now they're just friends? That happens. Y'all ain't never had that happen before. You and this person might have, had a relationship years ago. Y'all thought it was gonna work. It didn't work out. We work best as friends, and now we just good friends. We ain't even going down that road. These things happen too. Now, I'm not escaping the fact that maybe that didn't happen, but what I'm saying is, you said you got real evidence. Baby, you're gonna have to pull out some evidence. Otherwise, all of this is circumstantial. Let's get down to the why do the allegations matter? Let's read this part. The allegations suggest Wade and Willis wasted taxpayer money and crossed ethical boundaries, but they also have wider implications for the entire case. If the defendants were to adopt or join Wade's motion, whatever the judge decides about the case's fate would apply to all of them. So far, Trump's attorney, Georgia attorney Stephen Sadow, has expressed hesitancy without having a better understanding or substantiation, of the allegations, he said in court. Sadow said he would await until Wade and the Fulton County District Attorney's Office filed their response to the allegations. Legal experts tell Atlanta News First it's unlikely the case will be dropped, but it could possibly be moved out of Fulton County to another jurisdiction. Is there any proof of the allegations? So far, the allegations remain just that, allegations. However, several parties are digging into the issue. Georgia Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, our national ass clown, filed a criminal misconduct complaint against Willis to Governor Brian Kemp and Georgia Attorney General Chris Carr. And the U.S. House Judiciary Committee chairman sent a letter to Wade requesting his cooperation, quote, with our oversight, end quote. Now, let's be clear. I give no credence to what Marjorie Taylor Greene, because they're doing the same thing to every attorney that brings Donald John Trump up on any charges. Any attorney that has brought him up on charges, they have gone to the governor, they have gone to that state attorney general to have them investigated, to have them thrown off of cases, to basically say that these people do not deserve to have, to be in office or have the jobs to which they have. And we talked about what Fani said. So that's our breakdown. Just wanted to give y'all that breakdown of what we know now in this in the case with Fani. That is what we know. That's what we know. Okay. So here's the commentary. Here's the commentary. The commentary is this. They are going to throw anything at the wall until it sticks. They know full well that the evidence here is quite substantial. Not the evidence against Fani Willis, the evidence against Donald Trump. They know that this is the one case they are most worried about. If there's any case that they are most worried about, it is this one, because of the number of people that have already begun to flip, because of the fact that if there's any level of conviction, there will be jail time that cannot be thwarted. because any lawyer knows that, yeah, this is damning information. Hey, Sergeant King, how are you? I'm so glad you're here. Hall monitors, please monitor the doors. Hall monitors, please monitor the doors. Hey, Sergeant King, just go see the hall monitors. They'll take care of you. What's going on though? But like I was saying, this is a problem for them. So if they can find anything that they can say, oh, we can use that to disqualify her and get her taken off the case, great. Let's go ahead, full steam ahead of that. That may, we've already seen these people are willing to make up, manufacture. They're willing to make up and manufacture evidence. They're willing to make up and manufacture things just to get their way. That's the whole purpose of this case. The whole reason we're in this courtroom proceeding is because these people wanted to manufacture votes. These people wanted to make up votes so that they could do illegal things to steal an election. You think that they wouldn't do the same thing to get Donald John off? I'm just saying, I just want people to see the forest through the trees. I see a lot of people are all of a sudden looking at Fani like, oh, it's not looking good for Fani. What did Fani do? Which falls into their trap. They want y'all to get so enamored with, is Fani having a relationship with this man, that you forget the whole reason that we're here is because there is a man who literally tried to make your votes not count. A young man who's trying to turn your democracy into an autocracy, into an autocratic dictatorship. Do these Republicans not remember the whole reason that this country was created? Because they did not want to live under a monarchy anymore. They did not want a country governed by a king. But yet, in the year of our Lord, 2023, you're trying to turn us back into, 2024, you're trying to turn this place back into a monarchy, an autocratic dictatorship, where we all have to bow and cower and kiss the ring of the demigod. But we got our eyes off the prize. We worried about if Fani done got her back blown out. And we're falling for it. Falling for it. Falling for it. Let's just be honest about it. This is the same thing. We just celebrated Martin Luther King Day. Republicans have been doing this since time immemorial. Remember, during Martin Luther King's Day, they tried to shut down Martin Luther King by revealing all of his sexual proclivities and all of the things that he used to do with, women, all while he was traveling and stuff like that. There was even a time, because he was great friends with Bayard Rustin, that they tried to say that he was having sex with Bayard Rustin. They tried to say he was a homosexual. They do anything to throw things against the wall and see what sticks, so that you can get your eyes off the prize, so that we as a people can, instead of looking at the real enemy, seeing them for what they are, we get all enamored with the, oh, are they really doing this? Now, consequently, in terms of Fani herself, I just will hope, as God gives me strength, that Fani was smarter than that. I have, and maybe this is me, me being stupid and having too much hope, but I would just believe that Fani would be smarter than to just say, oh, I'm gonna just go ahead and put this man on my as a special prosecutor just because he's busting me down. Like, I just refuse to believe that Fani would be that sloppy. I don't think Fani would be that sloppy. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just refuse to believe Fani would be that sloppy. Fanny just don't give me that. My damn light over here is giving me grief, y'all. It's giving me grief. Okay. I just don't believe that. And so I'm going to wait for this evidence. And if it's all circumstantial evidence, listen, if you tell me you got evidence, I need real concrete evidence. You better have pictures of them laid up in bed together. You better have real text messages of her saying, yeah, that dick was good last night, boo. Like, you better have some real shit over there. Don't come to me with a picture of them walking in the airport together. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And y'all talking about they wasting taxpayer money. If the man is doing the job to which he was hired, they're not wasting taxpayer money. Tanya say Nathan is a good friend of her and she hate that. That's what I'm saying. They're talking about the man is inexperienced. This goes back into what people try to do all of the time. All the time, they try to discredit Black people. They try to say we're inexperienced. They try to say that we do not have the intellectual stamina, fortitude, and wherewithal to do the job with which we've been hired to do. They probably real upset that this young man is getting paid $650,000. Mind you, she just told y'all these same raggedy ass Republicans hired the man to be special prosecutor in some of their cases. But they throw rabbit meat at the wild dogs and they pounce. And now we're over here worried about everything in the world. Baby, baby, baby shark, doop, doo, 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 doo. If that attorney for Miss Marchant don't have real consequential evidence, I think y'all should have some proceedings against her. I think y'all should file some papers on her raggedy ass because you are wasting the court's time. You're wasting time. You're just throwing stuff at the wall to hope it sticks. I just told y'all it's a very common practice in large cases like this that they will hire people who have expertise in a certain area. It doesn't matter if Nathan Wade ever tried a RICO case in his goddamn life. He probably has. I don't know. But even if he did it, there's probably a reason she hired him because he probably has expertise in an area with which they need expertise. So his sole primary job is to make sure that he gives them all of the information, that he breaks down that part. It's just common sense. All of this stuff about wasting taxpayer money and bullshit and stuff like this. No, the taxpayer money is being wasted when you fucktards put this shit up, and now we got to waste taxpayer money, with this in the court rooms about the woman having relationships with the man that you have no evidence of. Talking about, well, we know. Let me show y'all the part that really pissed me off. This was the one part that pissed me. I'm gonna highlight this part for y'all again so y'all can see this one part that pissed me off. Hold on. Where is it at? Shit. Oh, here it is, right here. Here's the part right here. Let me highlight this part again to show y'all the part that pissed me off. That's how you know they full of shit. That's the part that pissed me off. In particular, Roman claimed in his motion that the two took lavish vacations together using Wade's salary from the district attorney's office. How the fuck would you know that? Please explain that to me. Please explain to me how you know what money he used. Like, really? I would throw the shit out just for them putting that shit in front of me. There's no way for you to know that. There's no way at all. Harold, this is a waste of the court's time. This is not, but see, they're not fighting this in the legal system. They're not worried about the actual courtroom to which they have to enter. They're worried about the court of public opinion. That's all they're doing. They're trying this case for them in the court of public opinion because all they're trying to do is secure votes. All they're trying to do is galvanize their base. All they're trying to do is to poke holes into black people or even some Dems around the country that may look at what they threw out there and say, oh, shoot. Because obviously, even if worst case scenario, even if the man was blowing her back out, that does not negate the fact that this young man has tried to steal an election from us and tried to make our votes not count. And all they want to do is try this in the court of public opinion and get our eyes off the prize. This is the fuck shit that we got going on. But it's all Fani this, Fani that, Fani. The lady told you she has been under constant pressure from the moment she announced this case. She has bomb scares. They have to sweep her house multiple times a day. The woman probably can't even go home without having armed security. Think about what that's like. All because you are doing the job to which you were elected. All because you're trying to see that justice prevails. They done doxed this woman. Remember, we talked about on this channel, they doxed members of the grand jury. They doxed members of the grand jury, put these people's personal information out there. These are the people that we're talking about. And so you want to take credible the allegations from people on that side. Those are the people who you want to give more credence to. That's the sound that you want to hear the loudest, instead of the people telling you a whole ass crime is committed here. And that's why I started off telling you what this was about. This is about the fact that if there is a conviction in this case, his ass is going to jail, and there is not a soul living in these yet to be United States of America that will prevent his ass from being in jail. They're more afraid of this case than they are any of the other cases. For all we know, he gets a conviction in the federal case, and Joseph Robinette has in his, I don't think it's appropriate that a sitting former president sit and stay in jail time, so I'll pardon him. Who knows what will happen? Even if there's a conviction in a federal case. But in this one, they know his ass got to go to jail, and not a goddamn person living or breathing can do anything about it. And that's what they're afraid of. So if they could do anything they can to get this shit thrown out, anything they can to get Fani off of this case and her whole office off of this case, that's what they're going to do. And we got people all over the place falling for it. The banana in the tailpipe. Banana in the tailpipe. I'm just saying. Banana in the goddamn tailpipe. So don't listen. Until these people listen, in the situation with Fani, until the New York, now I don't know, maybe tomorrow the New York Times, the Washington Post, or somebody has an article that says, well, she, was subpoenaed in the divorce trial because they were having an alleged relationship. That might be true. Is the alleged relationship happening now? Has it been happening since the case went on? See, they'll put these things out there, but not give you timeline, not give you context. Because if they were in a relationship a year ago, 2 years ago, before this case was even out there, and they're no longer romantically involved, they're just friends, then that has no bearing on this. If they're just friends, that's just like the white man and the white lady who's also her friends. I'm just saying. Listen. I was supposed to spend 15 minutes on breaking down Fanny, and we're about 45 minutes into our Fanny breakdown. But that's what we do over here. I'm sorry, y'all. And I'm glad we had this chance to break this down because I feel like y'all needed this. It's so much information that's being put out there, so much information that's being put out there to get your eyes off of the prize. And I am so glad that we're able to really cut through some of the bullshit. I'm just saying. It is called Run Your Mouth Hero. Any other questions or commentary about Fanny? Because I really wanted to. I know I really wanted to break down Fanny. I there was a reason. We were talking about it in the members only chat, and I was chomping at the bit to break down Fanny and everything we had going on with Fanny. I really wanted to break that down. So I'm glad we are able to break that down. That really needed to be broken down. Now, let me talk real quick about a couple things. One story I know I'm not going to be able to break down today because that story I'm gonna really need to go in depth for, and I know Really B's going live at some point, and I'm not going to have time. So, the Iowa caucuses happened yesterday, and let's be clear. While they're going to tout the fact that Donald John won overwhelmingly, the fact that Donald John dog walked and curb stomped and monkey stomped all of his opponents, they forget to tell you that this is not an actual primary. One, this is a caucus. Two, there was only 14% participation in the caucuses. 1-4, not 40, 14%. You want to know why? Because they were in a fucking Alaskan tundra yesterday at the goddamn Iowa caucuses. So guess who you think is probably going to go and face, Antarctic style weather to go and caucus for Trump? You want to know who? Stupid ass cult members of the MAGA religion. Who the fuck else is going there but those type of people that are whacked the fuck out of their goddamn minds? Whack the fuck out of their goddamn minds. And if you know anything about caucuses, this isn't where people go in there and they, cast a vote. No. I'll have to do a breakdown on the difference between a caucus and a primary. But just understand, it ain't what you thinking. So let's be clear. I don't care if Donald Trump wins the Iowa caucuses. Now, and also in all sincerity, I really don't care about the New Hampshire primaries next week, Tuesday, which is the first primary of the season. Why? Because the Republicans that you have in the great state of New Hampshire, are, hey, SJ, are not like the Republicans in the rest of the country. These are the Republicans that are very middle of the road, the moderate Republicans, the Republicans that people equate Susan Collins to and things like that. That's not the normal Republicans we have across the country. Those aren't the fucktards that are MAGA and stuff like that. So you may see at the New Hampshire primary where Nikki Haley spikes or in different things like that and thinking that there's something to see here. We know full well outside of Donald Trump going to fucking jail, or God willing, the Supreme Court upholds the fact that Colorado and several other states are going to leave Donald John off the ballot. If that's upheld by the Supreme Court and he's left off the ballot, that may help. But outside of that, or his ass going to jail, his ass is going to be the Republican nominee. And even if his ass goes to jail, I have a good suspicion he be the nominee from a fucking jail cell. This is what we got going on. I'm just saying. So, but the Iowa caucuses happened last night. Vivek Ramaswamy got his ass monkey stumped and curb stumped by Donald Trump yesterday morning. Donald Trump told his people, hey, bitches, he ain't MAGA. He ain't shit. If you vote for him, you ain't MAGA. And what the hell did his people do? Fell in line. And what did his stupid ass do? Yes, sir, massa. Yes, yeah. I'm going to fall in line. Eyes are going to get in place. And his ass went over there and fell the fucking line and started licking from his nutsack again, from Donald Trump's nutsack again, and ceremoniously fell out of the goddamn race. Oh, I'm suspending my campaign for the 2024 election. Bitch, you was never going to win anyway. And you are a punk puss ass bitch anyway. As soon as he says something against you, now, I have to get out of the race because my God spoke against me, and I dare have my God speak that way about me and against me. Fuck you, Vivek Ramaswamy. The bitch ain't shit. Soon as he got any pressure from Donald Trump, that bitch folded like a fucking white foldable chair used to beat down some goddamn racist ass white people down to the riverboat. Bitch folded like a goddamn paper clip. You feckless ass bitch ass fuck. That's what the fuck Vivek Ramaswamy is. That bitch ain't been shit from the beginning. You know we already broke his ass down from the beginning. Punk puss ass bitch. Soon as Donald Trump said the first thing about him, the bitch folded up. But you want to be president? Girl. Sergeant King, you say his hair left first. It did. But you thought it was cute because you could quote a couple rap lines and that was going to help you win the presidency. Bitch, get the fuck out of here. We ain't that fucking stupid. I hate when people do stupid shit like that. Oh, I'm gonna quote these rap lines, these couple lyrics from these rap, and that's gonna make the people want to vote for me. Bitch, we ain't stupid. Don't insult my fucking intelligence, you stupid ass clown. That's just like when I see, as an English teacher, when I see these teachers that got to be like, oh, I have to teach my kids rap and equate all literature to rap. And let me go break the white teachers. Oh, let me break down Biggie Smalls rap and let me break down Tupac for the black students because they think that we're too stupid to understand or how to critically analyze literature because we can't critically do rhetorical analyses on, structured literature because you got to give us rap and that's the only thing we can understand and we're too stupid. I'm sorry. Sorry, y'all. I had a moment. Wait, y'all say he was swallowed. Thank you for that, Yana, because I was about to spike out. I was really spiking out there. Yana, you saw me spiking out. I was about to go down the road. And I was really about to spike out. He was swallowed. Oh, my God. Oh, boy. Y'all got me over here crying. Oh, that is too funny. Absolutely. Too funny. Ooh, ciao. Ciao. Listen, when I tell you, y'all saw I was about to spike out. Y'all saw I was about to go down this rope. Let me get off this rope. Oh my God. All right, we back. Focus. Anyway, so yeah, that was the Iowa caucuses. Nothing to see there. I do want to see the breakdown of New Hampshire because I feel like if Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis are close to each other, they will continue in the race. But if Nikki Haley and if I'm Donald Trump notwithstanding, but if Ron DeSantis is way far below Nikki Haley, I could see him possibly not continuing after New Hampshire. He may stick around for well, I don't see why he would stick around for South Carolina because that's where Nikki Haley is from. So I could see him, yeah, if he is way behind Nikki Haley in the New Hampshire poll, I could see him bowing out. We need a Thomas Dexter update. Ain't no Thomas Dexter update. He probably somewhere in his office getting bust down and getting swallowed by some dude, or swallowing some dude. I don't know. Somebody in his office getting swallowed. It's the Chris Brown version for me. The Chris Brown version is the best version of swallowed. Anyway, so that's in other Nikki Haley news. This whore insists on telling you that America has never been a racist country. Even after the whole debacle with her not being able to say that the Civil War was because of slavery, right? So Nikki Haley had a video call after the Iowa caucuses, and she said that America has never been a racist country in that video call. I don't even need to break that down for you. The bitch is stupid, and that's the best way I can put it. She also said that from here on out, she would not do any more debates unless Donald John is involved in those debates. She's not doing no more debates with just her and Ron Governor death sentence. She's if Donald Trump's not in the debate, she's not doing it. That's what her mouth say. I don't know. In other news, in some good news, the Supreme Court decided not to hear the case about the transgender bathroom policies in the great state of Indiana, which means that it's going to uphold the lower court's decision that it is not legal for the great state of Indiana to not allow transgender students to enter the bathrooms of their own sexual identification. So however they identify, their sexual identity is, they are allowed to enter that bathroom. Let me read this real quick for y'all because I did want to give y'all this. The Supreme Court let stand a lower court ruling allowing transgender students in Indiana to access school restrooms and locker rooms consistent with their gender identity today. The justices, in a brief order, denied a request from a central Indiana school district to hear the case, which centers around a now teenage transgender boy identified in court documents as a C, who was barred from using the boys' restroom at his former middle school. The refusal to take up the case, which had no noted dissents, leaves unresolved a split among the nation's federal appeals courts as to whether school districts are barred from enacting policies prohibiting transgender students from using bathrooms that align with their gender identity. Transgender students have filed lawsuits across the country challenging their district's policies, contending that they violate the 14th Amendment's Equal Protection Clause and Title IX, the federal civil rights law prohibiting sex-based discrimination. But the Supreme Court has shown a reluctance to wade into issues implicating transgender protections. In 2021, the court similarly declined to weigh in on a transgender bathroom dispute. The justices last year declined to intervene to enforce West Virginia's transgender athlete ban. And in June, the High Court declined to disturb a ruling favoring a transgender woman who contested she was unlawfully deprived of her hormone treatment in jail. Backed by 19 Republican state attorneys general, as well as conservative and religious advocacy groups, the Metropolitan School District of Martinsville had hoped to use its case to convince the conservative majority court that the time had come to step in. But they didn't. Girl, get over it. But what I will, and I'm not going to go any further with that, but I just wanted to give y'all that. But what that is showing that in each of the cases, the court has not been willing to side with sides that don't want that are that go against the trans community. Each time the courts have decided they're going to leave it alone. If the lower court said that the transgender person had the right to do that, then they left it alone. Cham. Hey, Lamone, what's going on? Let me see. Was there anything else I wanted to cover? I wanted to. I may have to cover it tomorrow. Listen, y'all remind me. We got to go to Illyria. We're not gonna have time today because I know Really B is gonna go live in about 15 minutes. We're not gonna have time today, but tomorrow we got to break down what happened in Illyria, Ohio, where they did this search and seizure of in this house. It was the wrong house. This lady and her infant child was in there. The infant child suffered these burns, and all the while they got like 50 people there talking about something. We were looking for a 14-year-old. I'm gonna get to it. We're gonna have to really go into that because there's video and everything on it. It's a real spiky, y'all. So remind me tomorrow. We got to get to the case in Illyria, Ohio. We also tomorrow have to get to the case where where in the great state of, I believe it was Alabama. Let me make sure I check that. I think because Harold's state is all, yeah, it's Alabama. In the great state of Alabama, they are they taking organs from people. They're trafficking organs without the consent of they're trafficking the organs of inmates without their consent once they die. This is what we got going on in the great state of Alabama without the permission of the inmate or the permission of the family. Just a minute, we'll break that down tomorrow too. Just a whole situation. So those are two things that we got to break down tomorrow because we went long on Fani today. We went long on Fani today. So we got to break that down. Yeah, Janae, we in Illyria tomorrow, and we're going to be down in Alabama with Harold and his people. Down in Alabama. Down to Dabama. Now, I'm going to have to go real quick with my other news today. We real quick. We hit it and quit it. Hit it and quit it. In our in the best news of the day. Here's the best news of the day. My queen will be back on tour this year. Oh yes, my queen has announced she will be on tour this summer with Nelly as a special guest. The tour will begin in June and it will go throughout the months of June and July. She'll be in California. On the first part of the tour, she'll be on the west side. She gets to Chicago in June 19th, St. Louis June 21st. She'll be in Philadelphia June 26th. She'll be in Detroit on July 2nd. She will be in Brooklyn at the Barclays on July 10th, DC on the 12th. She'll be in Florida from July 16th through the 20th in Tampa, Palm Beach, and Orlando. She'll be in Atlanta on the 21st of July. And she'll be in Fort Worth, Texas on July 25th. There's dates all up and down. I'm sure Jason wants to know she'll be in Arizona on July 30th. I believe that's the last stop on the tour. Of course, I'll be going to see my queen anytime I get the opportunity to go see my queen. I will go see her. And she doesn't have to compete with the likes of Beyond Skank this time. Or I don't think Beyond Skank or Taylor Swift are going on tour this summer. So my queen has the summer all to herself. Shout out to Queen Janet. Any Beehive people got something to say about that? Because I love to windmill you right now. Anything to say? Anything to say? Anything to say? I thought so. Anyway, um, the Emmys happened last night. I did watch it. I had to watch it. I watched it after it came on, so I watched it this morning while I was doing some stuff for work. It The funniest part was Anthony Anderson's mama. Every time she got up to tell the people to sit there, because remember Anthony Anderson at the beginning of the show announced, when you see my mama get up, that means you going too long and you need to get, I think he said, thank God and your family and get off stage. I think that's what he said he would do. So when John Oliver won, John Oliver said, I'm just going to stand up here and start announcing the name of a football team until Anthony Anderson's mom gets up and tells me to get off stage. And he kept going. And sure enough, she got up. At one point, she held up this sign which had a clock on there for what it was so hilarious. That was the funniest part of the show for me. It was so great, so hilarious. Couple things you got to see if you go you want to see some of the replays. Here's some of the things you need to go see. Well, a couple of good things. There was a reunion of the cast of Martin. Some of us thought we would never she was great, Lamont. Some of us thought we'd never see a reunion for Martin because Tisha Campbell was very adamant about never even wanting to be in the same room with Martin again. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, those people who remember, weren't there allegations of sexual harassment between her and Martin at some point, which is why during the last season or two she wasn't on the show anymore. She said she never wanted to be in the same room with Martin, and we thought we would never see it again. But last night on the Emmys, there was a Martin reunion. It's sad that Tommy couldn't be there because, of course, he went on to the great, to be with our ancestors in the great beyond. But they all were there. So it was great seeing that. I couldn't shake. Somebody correct me. Is Martin having? He looked like he was having a medical episode. Like he looked like he wasn't well. How he spoke, how he looked. He didn't look well. He didn't sound well when he spoke. I don't know if he's having some medical concerns and or complications. But hey, Miss Baythang, but Martin didn't do a lot of talking at all. Like he talked at the very beginning and at the very end. But somebody correct me if I'm wrong, let me know. I believe he may be having some medical complications because he just did not look good last night at all. At all. So that's one thing. They did but were they in the same room? I don't know. Every time they've done a reunion, it's always been different rooms. They've done reunions in the past. Tisha would be in one room, Martin would be in the other room with the cast or whatnot. And so I don't know. It was good to see them all in the same room together because the times that I remember seeing reunions of Martin, they've never all been in the same room. He had a stroke. I didn't know. Oh, I'm sorry. You're asking if he had a stroke. Okay, I thought you were saying. I don't know if he had a stroke or not. I'm just saying he didn't look. So y'all are saying he may have had a stroke. I don't know. I don't know if he had a stroke or not, but he did not. Like you could tell his speech was off. He looked, he definitely looked like he was having some medical complications. I mean, let's be clear, Harold. Nobody's watched anything on BET in like 10 years or so. I mean, if a tree falls in the forest and nobody's there to see it, did it really happen? Just saying. The other good news is Quinta Brunson won for Best Lead Actress in a Comedy Series. And that's only the second Black woman ever to win that award. Isabel Sanford won it back in 1982. won it way back in 1982, and that was 42 years ago. So you're talking, it's been 42 years until we got the second ever Black woman to win Best Lead Actress in a comedy series Emmy. That's yeah, that's too long, but it was good to see. I would watch that. She gave a very emotional speech. She said she didn't even expect to win. They gave Marla Gibbs and they gave her flowers last night, and they were there. Marla Gibbs went up there with Quinta Brunson as well. Not when she won the award, but they had a spot for Marla Gibbs, and Marla Gibbs always is quick witted. She understands the assignment. She be like, y'all can hire me now because Black don't crack. And I think Marla Gibbs is in her 90s. She still look good. So it was good to see Marla Gibbs up there. Niecy Nash won for her role in Monsters, the Jeffrey Dahmer story. I'm glad she won. She gave a great speech. Great speech. Um um when RuPaul won, RuPaul spoke about drag queens and the plight of drag queens and the fact that the drag readings, when they have the drag when they read the books, drag queens read the books and stuff. He spoke about something, so that was good. What else? I'm trying to make sure I covered it. I'm trying to think. What else did I see that I was like, that was good. Um, it was a really good show. It was just it's worth the watch. My girl, what's that little girl name who plays on The Bear? That my best friend been trying to get me to watch that show forever. And but I knew who she was. She won the Black girl. I can't think of her name right now. Yeah, it was a really good show. I applaud them. That was one of the better Emmys, probably because it was one of the blacker Emmys. That so I'm just saying. Anyway, Elton John won an Emmy last night, which secured his EGOT. So now he's an EGOT recipient. All he needed was the Emmy because he had already had the Oscar, the Tony, and the Grammy. So he got his Emmy last night. Thank you. Ayo Edibiri. Thank you, Spicy Original, because I was not gonna remember. But he got his Emmy last night, so he secured the EGOT. He was not there. He had knee replacement surgery, and so his husband came and received his Emmy for him. But I'm sure he's glad that he before he passes away, he could be he has his EGOT. So there's that. But yes, it was a great Emmy. If you missed the Emmys last night, you can probably go on YouTube and watch the highlights. Couple one-hitter quitters before we get out of here. Amy Robach and TJ Holmes, their podcast went from top 5 to being 500. I'm sorry, to being 243rd in just 1 month. I'm just gonna put it out there. They were in the top 5 podcasts in the country, and on December 5th, by January 6th, they were 243rd. Because we don't give a shit about you fuck bitches. We don't care, TJ Holmes. We don't care, Amy Robach. Nobody likes you. The American populace generally hates you all, and we want you to go away. We don't care. In news that I probably should spend more time on, because this falls right into what we do here. These next 2 stories fall right in line with what we do here, down to the L to the Teddy to the 20 to the 7. But because what time is really be going live? I should probably going live in the next minute or two. But because I ain't got that kind of time, I can't spend as much time as I want on them. But just know if I had more time, I would spend some more time on them. And what is that? I'm glad you asked. The first one is what time is really be going live? Does anybody know? Tracy, do you know what time really be going live? She going live at 7? Okay. I don't even see her live. Hold on, y'all. Trying to find her live so I can see y'all over there. Well, if she going live at 7, that give me a little more time to play with. We can, do a little bit with this. The only live I see is at 9:15 tonight. I don't know. I don't see nothing. Oh, she's on another channel at 7 o'clock. Okay. Okay. Next, mess with them white women and see what child. So, since we got a little bit of time to play with, I might could drag this woman like I need, these two white women like I need to. We take special care to make sure that when they need to be drugged, white women's is get drugged for everything they're worth. Aubrey O'Day is in the news because she decided to promote her OnlyFans using Martin Luther King Day. Let me read this, and this is coming from the T, the M to the Z. Aubrey O'Day is not staying silent about the things that matter, or at least to her. She's using a famous Martin Luther King quote, Martin Luther King Jr. quote, to promote her OnlyFans on MLK Day. The former Danity Kane singer just published a series of thirst traps and OnlyFans promo videos on social media, asking for subscriptions and using Dr. King's words as her caption. Aubrey posts starts with 7 shots of her showing her boobs and butt, and then it gets really raunchy with a couple videos where she's twerking, and it's all accompanied by the MLK quote, our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter, end quote. Not only is she using a quote by Martin Luther King, she's also name dropping Donald Trump, President Biden, and Trump's former lawyer, Michael Cohen, to drive clicks to her OnlyFans page. It's really something to behold and a masterclass in shameless plugs. I don't know if there are words, and y'all know I'm an etymologist at heart. I never have words, but I don't know if adequately I can truly surmise into words my complete and utter disdain for this white woman and white women of her ilk. I'm just saying, my complete and utter disdain for this white woman and white women of her ilk is next level. Like, I just don't know if I can adequately put into words. Now, let's be clear. We know Martin to the Luther to the King loved him some women. white, black, blue, and purple. But the man who is now posthumous should not be denigrated. His great words should not be vilified when posted next to your fake and fraudulent body. Let's be clear. The quote from Dr. King says our lives begin to end when we become silent about things that matter. People are silent about you, ma'am, because you don't matter. Once you begin to matter, we won't be silent about you. But ma'am, since you don't matter, we will be silent about you, which means I shouldn't even be talking about you now. So I will move on so that I can give proper reverence to the immortal words of one Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Lord, where do y'all find these people? Who made these people? Who made you people? I'm just trying to figure this out. Like, where do y'all find these people? Do you got a first aid kit handy? Because this story is literally gonna send me on the glory. Because at this point, my heart is damaged. I thought that I should let you know. I'm just saying, Lamone, she's having a Botox and filler reaction. It might be like maybe she's experiencing sepsis or something. It seeped into her bloodstream or something. Like, I'm trying to understand. Girl. Janae, one of my medical experts here. Can you go over there? Can you and Yana and all of my other medical experts in the chat, can y'all go see about her? Because something's wrong with her. Right, so you can blame the one before. Now you gotta fix it. Fix it. Fix it. Oh my God. I ain't gonna lie. That song was kind of that was like the only song that I liked from them. That song was kind of a bop. It was. I ain't gonna lie. But that was like the only song that I liked from her. She's stuffed with fillers, so it's nothing we could do. Child. Let the sepsis seep in and take her on the glory. She needs a psychiatrist. Okay, I got you. Child. Girl. All right. In other news of white women doing white women shit, y'all remember that rapper that died? His name was Juice WRLD or whatever. Remember him? He died a couple years back or whatnot. So he had this white girlfriend, right? When he died, I forgot what year he died. What year did he die? Let me see if they tell me in the article. He died in 2019, right? So this woman has sex tapes of him and her dead ex-boyfriend, and is now selling said sex tapes for $29.99 on OnlyFans if you should need her. Because according to her, she'd rather put the sex tape out before somebody hacks her phone or computer and puts it out for her. Ma'am, we're not hacking your phone to see sex tapes of dead people. We're not no, I didn't even know who Juice WRLD was before he died. The only reason I know him is because y'all told us that he died, and that's the first time I had heard of him. We ain't checking for sex tapes of Juice WRLD, ma'am. We damn sure ain't checking for sex tapes of you. This is the sick shit y'all got going on. This is the sick ass shit y'all got going on. This one, y'all think I'm gonna let me read the article. It's from TMZ. But y'all think I'm making this up? Juice World's ex is hawking some of his memorabilia fans wished she kept in the vault, namely an alleged sex tape of the two of them, advertising it as explicit footage. Ali Lottie is her name, and she's been posting content on OnlyFans for a while now, but recently told her subscribers they could unlock the video of her and the late rapper, which she says warrants an XXX rating. Now, as far as an explanation for this move, best believe this is drumming up outrage among Juice WRLD's fans. She claims to be under pressure by would-be bad actors. She wrote, quote, "Fucked by my famous ex. Hackers are trying to threaten me to leak my old sex tape with my ex-fiance Juice WRLD," end quote. She went on to say, quote, "I don't give a fuck anymore. I'll leak it myself. It's a long time since I have been fucked rough with some big black cock like this." You see, there we go. "I am so mad that I am adding every nude I ever sent him. I know you will at least enjoy it. Can't believe I am actually sending this, but I can't be threatened anymore." Let me read that sentence for y'all again that she said. Quote, "I don't give a fuck anymore. I'll leak it myself. It's a long time since I have been fucked rough with some big black cock like this." This is what y'all got going on. What do y'all want me to do with that? I'm just waiting for y'all to tell me what to do with that. I'll wait. I'm just going to sit here and wait for y'all to tell me what to do with that. Because she made sure to add the getting fucked by big black cock part. This is why I keep telling y'all be over here playing with these women descended from the Caucasus Mountains. They ain't worth shit. They ain't worth shit. Y'all be over here playing with these women descended from the Caucasus Mountains, and they ain't worth shit. And they'll sell you out to the highest bidder the first chance they get, because the bitches ain't shit. Shit, y'all. I got to go out and get something to eat. It's 21 degrees outside, y'all. 21 degrees outside. And I got to go get something to eat. This is not cool. Exactly, Harold. This is a cautionary tale. We keep telling y'all, go over here, mess with these women descended from the Caucasus Mountains, and see what happens to you. And I shouldn't disparage all women descended from the Caucasus Mountains, because I'm sure there may be some good ones. But by and large, most of the ones we see ain't worth a damn. Y'all see the shit that's been going out. Did y'all see the stuff that came out with that white girl who killed the black boy? Remember, we covered that case of the white girl who murdered that black boy. We covered that extensively over here when it happened. Remember that? Remember when we covered the black boy in Miami that was killed by the white girl? Remember, we covered that for like a whole week over here on this channel. And now they got all of I've saw in the last week or so, they got all of this evidence coming out, her calling him the N-word, her yelling at him and beating on him and all of that. Remember, we covered that shit extensively. Then she started to put on her white woman tears and weaponize all of that. Remember, we broke that shit down, and now that all of this evidence is coming out, we're not confused by this. We know exactly what these women are and what they give. I'm just saying. Anyway, I'm about to get up out of here, y'all. I've been on here for almost 2 hours. Listen, we've been on here almost 2 hours. We about to get up out of here. Well, exactly, Joshua. No, we talked about that too. We talked about that same black man had horrible things to say about black women. Remember, he was from Africa and he had all of these bad things to say about black women. and how black women ain't shit, and now you end up losing your life to this white woman. White woman, I hope it was worth it. I'm just saying. Anyway, we about to get up out of here. Listen, y'all know how this goes. Listen, we gave great breakdown today. Today's Fani Willis breakdown is what we're used to over here. This is the kind of stuff we do over here. I needed to get that off my chest. Yep, get that Fani Willis breakdown. You're not gonna find Fani Willis breakdown and commentary like that nowhere else. You go to some of these other people's shit, they're gonna give you all of the wrong shit. They're gonna parcel it up. We give you the real deal breakdown over here. What's real? Hold on. I can see you there. Hold on. Let me see. Which video? Because it got a whole bunch of videos by her. That's upcoming. It's a whole bunch of videos, Tracy. Tracy, you gotta tell me what which video, so I can know. I just when I go into the thing, Tracy, if I can show you what it let me show you what it looks like. If I show you what it looks like, this is what it looked like when you try to see this. This is what it looks like. If I put in Kiss My Cheeks, all of these Kiss My Cheeks video comes up. So I need to now it doesn't let me, it may not let me because I'm not added to their redirect. Yeah, she has to add me or give me the ability to. That's why. So I'm not going to be able to, even if I wanted to. See, redirect privilege is needed. So it won't let me. It won't let me. Anyway, if you enjoyed the coverage today, think about contributing to the platform. It's here. You can see the Cash App. We gave grade A, Emmy worthy coverage of the Fani Willis situation and the breakdown over here, like only we can over here. As I always say, I love y'all. I love all y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They are much obliged and much appreciated. I really want to go get me some crabs, but that means I got to go out here, and I'm going out here in this cold anyway because I got to go get something to eat. I don't feel like cooking nothing. I just want to go get something, pick it up, and eat. But girl, it's cold out there. Tracy just put the link to where Really B is going live. So you're welcome, Montrez. Y'all know that. Y'all know this the kind of, when I get into my politics, y'all know I'm in my bag. Y'all know I was in my bag with the Fani. So we're gonna make sure that we give the people what they want. We give more of that because that's what the people come over here for. The people come over here for our political commentary, and we got to give the people what they want. Anyway, we'll do some more tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow I'm going to break down that case with Elyria, Ohio. We got to get to that. You'll probably hear about that tonight. I meant to get to it today, but I just couldn't. And then we'll break down the case in Alabama where they're organ trafficking. They're trafficking people's organs. A mess. A mess. Anyway, that's all I got for y'all. Until next time. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. We are out of here. Bye, y'all.